it here. How's it going, Cole? How's it going, Sabir? Ryan from Calvert.
Awesome.
Hello, Ryan.
I'm excellent. Thanks. Yeah, I'm good.
Hello,
Great,
Ryan. Nice to
great.
meet you, buddy.
Fantastic. So first to start off, we could just do a few small brief introductions. So my name's Ryan. I've been working at Calvert for the last year now in business development and a little bit of underwriting. And fantastic opportunity to work for this organization. We focus on flip financing and also BRRRR financing as well too. So a little bit about us and hand it off to Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm located just outside of Toronto, here in Ontario. I've been doing a lot of work with Ryan. He's been able to help a lot of my clients, through him and through Calvert. So, I'm coaching and mentoring people, start to finish, helping them get started in real estate, helping them, start, grow, and scale their real estate portfolio, whether that be through the BRRRR strategy or through the fix and flip method.
Perfect.
Hello, Ryan and Cole. My name is Sabir. I located in Edmonton, Alberta, and I just finished my first flip and refinance with Calvert. And Cole helped me through from the first step to the last step, and I was able to finance in my deals and learn a lot. And yeah.
Perfect. So how'd you get in touch with Cole? How'd you two meet?
I was seeing his video a couple times, and he touched, he can't think about me, he was talking just directed to me, he always my question. I see him, he's answered, he's happy every day, posting a lot of video. I said you know what, let's just say thank you for those help, and wish I was learning something from him and tell him about my story. Maybe he helped me out. And he was helping me from day, he was answering my question and replied to me. I know he's so busy, but he explained to me every time I came with stress, and I kept it stressful, and I feel a little bit overwhelmed. But he always have the answer. He always tell the positive about me, and he told me, you got this, I'm here, and he helped me a lot. So I don't know, without Cole, I won't be able to do this one. So thank you so much, Cole and Ryan, for your help.
Perfect. So that's awesome. Yeah. So you saw Cole on Facebook, you saw that he's, very active, posting in there, you reach out to him, have the call. Cole, you take him on as a student. How did it kind of proceed after that? How'd you find this property in Edmonton that was your first flip?
Absolutely. Basically, with all my clients, I always like to kind of work backwards as to what their main goal is, right? So a lot of people, first getting started in real estate, they don't have, say, a huge chunk of capital, or there's people who do have a big chunk of capital, but they don't really know kind of what they want, right? So with him specifically, he didn't have a massive amount of capital, which is why, I got him connected with you, Ryan, and Calvert, and we were able to do his first deal for only 10K down, which was incredible, right? Because that kind of allowed him to save some money for his rehab. And then we just kind of worked backwards from there, right? So he had, a decent amount of capital, but he was hungry for it. He wanted to do his first flip and learn about all that stuff. So, obviously we just we went from there, right? We started kind of analyzing deals, crunching the numbers. And then of course, when we found one he wanted to put an offer in on, we got connected with you and make sure everything was okay on your end as well.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Sabir, putting in your first offer, were you getting butterflies? Were you nervous, excited?
I was so nervous. I was trying to make some excuse to say no, I'm not ready yet. Is there still time out to go out, to back up your offer? It's not worth it. Keep those cash. You're gonna get married soon. I was you know what? This is my dream. I keep watching. I even learn English by just watching flip houses in TV. Since I came to Canada, and I see impossible to do it. I don't know. I try. Everybody's thinking like that, right? You have a ton amount of money in your bank, buy your car, sell your car, get a lot of debit to get the house you want, or first time qualify for the house, and then rent it or sell it after 5 years. That's all my plan. I wasn't sure how to start, but Cole, he has a lot of like strategy. Like for me, like until like I'll be so thankful for Cole, and I'm looking for him to work together. And yeah, like I can say I can't say thank you enough, Cole.
Absolutely, man.
Perfect. That's awesome. So yeah, you put in the offer, you get the offer accepted. I'm sure you're probably going through a lot of emotions, thanking Cole, getting
Yeah,
really jacked up. Come
yeah,
closing day, like what was step number one? Could you walk us through that and how, maybe you and Cole
sure,
worked together and what was the process like?
sure. Like like for me, I was just looking at houses like every day, like until I found the right house. Like because I wanna make sure it's just like cheap, but it's in good condition. The layout, I can fix something. I can open door. I can open the wall. You know, I wasn't sure. Like I wasn't sure what to look for. Like in first step. So if I found a lot of deals, I tell, hey, cool. Can you please like take a look at this house? Is worth it? And he told me just make sure is the area is good for like for future like family. What the target, like are you renting for like single or family or something like that? I said like okay. Once I found a good deal, Cole showed me like the analyzer from Calvert, and he explained it to me very well. We do like Zoom call, video call, and it was at the same time he showed me, explained to me all the question. And yeah, like until like I make sure the numbers make sense, there is the possibility uh to gain like some cash back, like was like working, like I want to make sure like I'm gonna pull some cash out, or yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. For sure. No, that's fantastic. So cool. With Sabir's first flip, like what kind of renovations were you looking for? Were you looking for, a massive maybe duplex conversion, maybe like flooring, light cosmetic stuff? Like how did you put together that rental budget in order for it to, maximize Sabir's ROI?
Absolutely. So basically, it's always good with kind of my clients to see like what kind of I guess what they're comfortable with, right? Because there's some people more comfortable with like a bigger project off the start, or there's a few people who just want to kind of learn the ropes, and kind of get started with like a more cosmetic, right? So with him, like he wanted to take on a big reno, but is just trying to fit in this reno to his budget. So I think duplex conversion was kind of out of the picture for him from the start, at least for this first one, right? But again, like we want to learn the basics so he's able to go out and do that. But for this first one, it was more cosmetic, but it actually was a pretty big reno, and he was able to do it. A ton of stuff on like a smaller budget, which was pretty incredible. Like I've never seen so much work done on the budget he had, right? Like it was absolutely
Thanks so much.
absolutely insane. So like when we're running the numbers, or like we always want to look at like worst case, right? So like he wants to flip it, he wants to go in, he wants to learn how to fix and flip, take his profit to start to build his capital more. But we always want to see, okay, if he does have to keep it worst case, which he ended up keeping it, right? And burning it and refinancing it, how much rent could we get? What kind of tenants will you be attracting, right? Just always kind of have a backup plan. So we don't ever want to kind of put all our eggs in one basket and just say, yeah, we're flipping it, and running the numbers on like the best case, right? Like we want to run them on the worst case, and if they work at the worst case, then obviously we want to try to do even a lot better, right? So
For sure, definitely. And just speaking on that, running through the numbers. So I think, if I remember correctly, so I do have the numbers in the background here. Your purchase price was 250. I know you put
Yes.
10K down. Do you recall what the final total was for the renovations?
Yeah, I believe I spent like 40K with the like carrying costs, like around 50K.
Yeah,
Like that
perfect.
was like, yeah. My intention wasn't like 30K, the
Hmm.
renovation, but like I want to make sure like when the new owner or like the new tenant come to the like look at the house, at least we did great job. Like sometime like I add a lot of stuff I shouldn't, or like I can avoid a lot of stuff, but that's something I can learn from next one to do it. So total is like around 310.
310. Okay, all in. Yep. Yep. Perfect. And then what did it end up appraising at for the refi?
345.
Perfect. Because I know we did our
Yeah.
evaluation in-house. We valued it at 340. So it came in quite
Yeah.
accurate with everyone what we were thinking, which is
Yeah.
obviously fantastic. And I know you were planning
Yes.
on flipping this. Could you kind of walk us through? I know you had it listed on the MLS. It was on the MLS for a while.
For three
It's in
months.
a
Yeah.
good location in Edmonton. Kind of going through the
Yes.
methodology of why you decided to refi as opposed to keeping it on the market.
Oh, you asked me or cool. Sorry.
You, Sabir.
Sorry. Uh, like it is in good location,
Yeah.
and even like the neighbor, like they like it. Like I had a lot of like neighbor ask me like, "Is this house for sale? Is this house for rent? Like let us know like when you finish, you know." Like through the project when I was doing like the outside, like in the summertime, and I don't know, like there's like a lot of viewers, like they came to the house, like almost 30, but I don't know, maybe because like maybe I don't know, maybe they didn't like the house a little bit old or the layout, or they have a bigger plan, maybe they want to change it. So I don't know. Even my realtor told me like they love the house, but like I try and
Yeah.
reach out to for the site, like what could be better, what we can help, like what we can fix, you know.
Yeah.
But they say like I don't know, it doesn't feel like home for us. So I said okay, I
So
understand.
yeah. So how many days did you have it listed for on the MLS?
I I listed until from September 20 or 18, I believe,
Okay.
and until November 19 was listed. So I said like I decide I'm paying too much for like carrying costs is going more,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure like I want to like refinance it at least, because since the beginning like Cole told me like the worst scenario we kind of keep it, which he was like I was like convince him like to sell it because I just want to move to the next one, you know, like
Yeah.
if I have fallen in love with the house, I will keep it. But after all, I fell in love with the house, and now I'm renting like 1900, which is more than like 400 than and like the neighbor. So it's good.
So it was on MLS for 2 months, and then were you and Cole just speaking like, hey, like guys, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Don't want to be making any
Yeah.
more mortgage payments. Should we think of a refi? Or like how'd that conversation go with you, Cole?
Yeah, so I think obviously these the great thing about Calvert is that they can close quick. It's a small down payment and stuff like that. But obviously the trade-off is it is higher interest, right? So that's why it's fantastic. But we want to run our numbers, and try to stay on budget, stay on timeline to make those numbers work. Because oftentimes it is still cheaper than going with another private lender or bank if you stay to your budget and timeline, right? But he was kind of getting nervous, like, okay, we are paying, these mortgage payments each month, and it's not, there isn't anyone buying it, right? So I knew, okay, like
I
we got to
know.
try to do, anything here, right? So, I mean, I'm a big believer in always trying to keep the properties first, rather than flipping it. I love fix and flips as well. I think that there's a time and a place for them, but in this case, I said to him like, okay, let's hop on a Zoom call and see, okay, if we rent this out, how much is it going to rent for? How much is your new mortgage going to be? And things like that, right? And I think it just kind of really clicked for us that, okay, like we are kind of coming into the winter market here. We are creeping up on holidays. Like it's kind of just like a slower season, right? So I think fix
Yes.
and flips would be great, like heading into the spring, heading into the fall, but kind of around the winter months, it can be a bit of a risk almost, right? Or a bit slower. So, we decided to, okay, let's take it down off the MLS, refinance, at least, transition them out of the higher interest mortgage into, like an A or B lender, have them cash flow and rent it out and hold it, right? And then we kind of ran into some challenges there too, because we went to one mortgage broker and they said, no, this can't happen. You got to have this cosigner, this cosigner. And again, it's like, hey, let's hop back on another call because, it's kind of like panic mode, right? And it's like, hey, no, this person just doesn't know how to help you, right? But we will find someone who knows how to help you. And the next phone call we made, they were able to do it like 100%. find them a lender and stuff like that, right? But it's just kind of like a good lesson, for people out there, that if you get told no by one person, it doesn't mean that it's like no from everyone. We just got to find out who is able to actually help you.
Exactly. Just ensuring that, connect yourself with good investor focus, whether it's realtors, mortgage brokers, just people in the industry as well too. So happy and so fantastic that obviously everything worked out. Do you have it rented out right now? Are you still looking for renters, or what does that look
I
like,
just
Sabir?
signed the lease, signed the agreement, and the already tenant, I give them the key. Like, starting February 1st, they will move in. We sign all the detail, and they put the deposit, and we sign all the agreements, so the application. So yeah, so it's my first month being like a landlord, and they just called me, and I had to fix some stuff. So now I know like the painful, to call somebody. Like, it's not my problem. I have to call somebody like to help me,
Yeah.
So
Are you sleeping better at night now then? Now that you know you got
a little bit,
tenants
yeah, a
in
little
there.
bit.
I
Yeah.
could imagine that'd be stressful. So super pumped to hear on all of your success. Reflecting back on it now, like, is there anything that you would have done differently throughout this whole process, or do you have any key learnings that for people paying attention that you just like to share with everyone?
Yeah, like my first thing to think about, like, make sure everybody told me, like, when the contractor told me, like, oh, like the price for this area is a little bit higher. You should have go lower. So like it's all houses. Like, I have like a friend of mine, he's a realtor, and he told me like Hassan, like Cole know him, he's very good. Was like, like help me with my contractor and everything. Like, he told me like the price I can go like take the price like 230 or something, and 20,000 that can like help you a lot with renovation. And just like for the other people like starting like real estate journey, just make sure that don't rush. I was rushing to get my first deal, but I was also excited. But I'm glad I meet Cole and meet you, Ryan, for the help. And a lot of people don't have this opportunity. I was glad I had that opportunity, and that's why I'm always like like to help other. Like whenever like new like a client or somebody have question, or I don't want them go through my same like experience that cost me a little bit money. So I always like hoping like to help other, to tell them like I've been through this one. Like, trust me, trust school. He know what like the right thing for you. Like, that's why I just have on the call whenever I see anybody like looking for mentor, because a lot of mentor outside, just make sure you choose the right person. He's honest and he's like put the work, and yeah.
Perfect. Fantastic. So to summarize, if I heard correctly, it's find a mentor that's trustworthy, credible, reliable, work with people in the industry who have relationships, and then don't rush the first deal. It sounds like
Yeah,
you're pretty antsy
yeah,
to get the first deal. And I know you put in a few offers to a few different places. When we initially started,
yes,
the first two didn't work out, numbers didn't make sense, got bid up, so on and so forth. So got the first one, learned a bunch, super exciting. Any plans for 2022? Like, what's going through your head now that you're a landlord?
yeah. I'm trying to right now. I'm looking for houses, I talked to a lot of investor, talked to a lot of joint vendor, that because I don't have the cash equity yet, and because I want to make sure I found a good deal, running the number, and make sure I work with somebody. Like before, like I remember like Cool told me like, hey, you should like work with somebody to help you, because you're like to get better deal. But I said like, you know what? I want to learn the first one. I know everybody talk about the first one. He make a lot of mistake. I just want to make sure at least I know the mistake, so I don't do it again. But if you work with somebody, he has the money and he had like anything. So I'm just gonna like say, just like employer, do what he want. And when I say something, nope, we'll do this one. So right now I'm talking to a lot of investor, like joint vendor, and I see a lot of houses. So hopefully we'll hear from me soon, very Ryan and or Cole, and about my next deal, hopefully.
Perfect. Fantastic. Great to hear that. Yeah, you're looking for more deals, looking for some creative financing, reaching out to
Yes, sir.
JV partners. So that's super fantastic. Yeah. That's all that I had. I don't know if Cole, you have any more questions. Sabir, if you have any more questions, happy to
Thank you so
answer
much,
them,
guys.
but thought it'd be awesome just to get everyone on a call and just share the importance of, getting your first deal isn't that scary, especially if you have someone on your team, such as Cole, who's willing to, spend the time in order to run the numbers with you, ensure that everything's all correct when it comes to checking your numbers, good location, putting together a reno summary, walking you through, all the different steps and just being there throughout the whole process. So yeah, I just want to thank everyone for the time. Cole, not too sure if you have any handles or Instagram, or I know you're quite active on Facebook. If you want to mention anything before we share this to the audience, or you, Sabir, as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who's interested and even just hopefully, learning, about real estate or trying to get into it. If you guys want to check out, I have a Facebook group, Breakaway from the 9 to 5, and then on Instagram as well, at Breakaway from the 9 to 5. Yeah, I'm always trying to, hop on there and share as much value as I can. And of course, if anyone ever wants to get connected, I'm more than happy to hop on a call and see if there's even a potential that I'm able to help you, or if we would be a great fit, right? And then of course, I'm always happy to even connect people with Ryan as well, or like any of my clients who can help out any way that they can as well.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cole, and thank you so much, Ryan, for the help. And I'm so happy, like, I meet you guys, and hopefully to work with you in future and call you guys best friend. So thank you.
No
Absolutely,
problem.
man.
No problem. You guys are always a pleasure to deal with, and more than happy to help out in any way that we can, share relationships, knowledge, resources, anything that we're able to help one another. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much. Hopefully, guys have
This
a
could
good
be
day.
a huge year. Yeah,
That's
it'll
it.
be
That's
good.
it.
I'm
Awesome.
excited,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. Thanks for the
Thank you
time.
so
Enjoy
much.
the day and have a good one.
No
Thank you
worries.
so much, guys.
Have a good day,
Cheers.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
You too, buddy. Bye.